Welcome back, everybody, and in today's video I'm just going to do a quick little chipping lesson on how to be a really good chipper. Personally, I'm going to be using my 58 degree, and then I have my chipping net about 10 yards away from me or so. Just something simple like that. But overall, this video is going to help you work on all kinds of different aspects for your chipping, right? When you are on a golf course and you find the distance between you and the flag for a chip, you do not want to fly at that distance. Obviously, it's going to roll out, and that is where a lot of different clubs come in handy as well, right? So if you're on flat ground, your pitching wedge will go 50% in the air, 50% roll out to the pin, and then every club vice versa of that will be 10% different, right? So let's say you're going pitching wedge to gap wedge. The gap wedge would then be 60-40, 60 air, 40 rollout, so on and so forth. That's what you got to realize. So if I'm using my 58 degree, this is going to fly 80% in the air and roll out the extra 20%. So that means for where this chipping net is right here, it would roll out probably from where I'm hitting back there, it would roll out to probably right around here. Given you get the correct backspin, you have the perfect lie, yada yada yada, it's going to roll out 20% past where you hit. However, with the numbers that I just told you, that will be for more of like the putting stroke style of it. So like this club being a 58 degree that it is, a lob wedge, that's going to be where you're standing directly over it, and you're just going to put a putting stroke on it. See how that went and just stopped? 80% is all that goes. And this is more if you're like closer to the green, right off the green, or maybe on the fringe. All right, so what you want to do, like I said, 58 degrees is going to go 80-20. Look at that. Okay, and it's that simple. All right. Now, if you get into bigger clubs, such as pitching wedge, gap wedge, you know, if you have a different kind of degree, a 56 or a 54, something like that, it's going to change that 10% like I told you. Now, when you go to chip, what you want to do is, for this type of a chip, if it's just a normal chip, you just want to stand where it's right around middle of your stance, over the ball, and your eyes should be directly right above, right around here. So you're not that close to it. You're not to where your arms don't have room. Give your arms enough room to swing back and forth, all right? Let's say you're 10 yards off the green or so. You aren't going to use that putting style unless you're trying to run it through the rough and the greens are playing really fast that day. So what you would rather do is just do a normal chip, and with this club, what that's going to do is it's going to get up really high. Since it's a 58 degree, it's going to get lofted up high and not roll out as far as I said before. So what you want to do is line that up around middle of your feet right here. All right, you want to have a little bit of an open stance. As you can see, I'm not perfectly lined up to the target. What you do is you just keep the club face square to the target with your feet open. And you don't want too much forward press, or else you're essentially just hitting a 54 or a gap wedge at that point. So what you want to do is just a hair of forward press, just back and forth. Now it's important with this type of shot that you strike the ball first. You do not hit the grass first. It's completely different than a bunker and a flop shot. All right. What you want to do is you don't need to open it anymore, but rather just don't have too much forward press and your feet a little bit open, and that ball is going to get high enough to where it's not going to roll out too much, and you're going to get a ton of backspin too. Again, you're going to get this ball up pretty high with this type of club. See what I mean? For a 20-foot shot, that got up pretty high. Now for one of the hardest chips. And if you have the correct lie, this can be a very beneficial chip shot to have, just because it's a lot easier to control how far it rolls out. And that is the flop shot. And what you're gonna do is this is very similar to how you would want to hit a bunker as well. So use this for a flop shot, use this for a bunker shot. Either way, this is the type of shot you want to hit it with. What you want to do when you step up, first you want to make sure it's a good lie. If it's not a good lie, don't try the flop. Just try to do a regular chip shot. But if you can get a good lie, such as that, what you want to do is open your feet more, all right? So right now I'm aimed pretty far left. What I did, aimed more left, and see how my club face is kind of open right now? It's aiming that way. So what I want to do is just slide underneath of the ball, all right? And what you want to do with it is you want to hit the ground right before you hit the ball. And that's the same with the bunker. In the bunker, you know, you come in and you try to hit a lot of sand to make the sand push the ball up onto the green. You don't want the club to hit the ball up onto the green, because then if you catch any club, it's going way too far, you're blading it over, you're lucky to grab par. But as with this, what you do is you kind of slide underneath and you hit the ground right before you hit the ball, all right? The natural bounce of the club is going to bounce it back up. Don't worry about taking too much of a divot. And that's the same with a bunker as well. So what that is the bounce is gonna grab it, push it back up, all right? And that also makes it easier to glide through the sand if you're in a bunker. But it's the same type of concept for a flop shot. So what I'm gonna do, open my feet up or aim more left. My shoulders are still gonna be aimed a little bit, pretty much towards my target, but my club face is gonna be aiming right, and then you swing on the path of your target, if that makes sense. Still, you want to hit the ground right before you hit the ball. All right, what you want to do, like I said, open stance, open club face, hit the ground right before you hit the ball. See that? And it even took a bounce back at me. And you don't have to swing hard. The number one mistake people make is that they try to swing really big and think that it's just going to go up high, come straight back down. That's not the case. It'll go far if you swing harder, all right? All it takes is a nice, easy swing to really get under it. I'm not swinging that hard. All right, so what you want to do, just nice, easy swing. See that? Still got up plenty high, and it still didn't roll out too far. Thank you everyone for watching. If you liked today's video, make sure you like and subscribe. If you have any content ideas, leave them in the comments down below. Happy 4th of July. We'll see you next week.